Eleanor McCormick, everybody.
Hi. It's technically 2 poems, but I'm going to read them as one. The first, stanza was written by Edna St. Vincent Millay, and then the second 2 are a continuation by me. Okay, here is Epitaph. Heap not on this mound roses that she loved so well. Why bewilder her with roses that she cannot see or smell? She is happy where she lies, with the dust upon her eyes. It may be true that in her time such roses gave her peace. Why parade such beauties if you only plan to weep? She hears silence as you cry, with the tears upon your eyes. The ground will fill with roses as the spring rain presses near. Why preserve a dying flower that has lived its final year? She has forgot the breezy skies and the sun upon her eyes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we have one more student presenter before we bring out Kathy Patino. So Sophia, I think you're down there. Yep, come on up, Sophia Jackman. Everybody please give Sophia a round of applause as well.
Hi. Okay, and here's my speech. I should have been born on November 5th, 2007, but I was born 3 months early to the day, August 5th, 2007. I wasn't even expected to make it through the night. I did, but I had a grade 4 bleed in my brain, which subsided, but caused me to have mild cerebral palsy, CP, or what I call a right side weakness. However, my CP can be invisible to others. I may not seem like I have a difference to other people. That sometimes leaves me feeling isolated and uncomfortable to be myself or ask for the help that I need when my CP doesn't seem obvious. I'm not slow, I simply go at my own pace. I wish more people understood this about me. I watch other people climb up the stairs like a breeze while I firmly grip onto the railing in fear of falling and pull myself up. I climb those stairs one step at a time. And when I reach the top, I smile. Climbing takes time, and I've learned not to see my CP as a weakness, but instead know that it makes me me. I never thought I would be able to walk, ride a bike, swim, make a basket, tap dance, play softball, or play instruments, harp, piano, or the viola. These things never came easy to me, but I learned to do them all. You may not notice me, but here I am. In a pool, I may feel as if I'm sinking, but I keep swimming. Why? Because even though swimming may come easy to some, it didn't for me. It took me a lot more time, but I'm here in the pool swimming in my own way because I was determined. The same goes for learning to ride a bike. Balance is something I've always struggled with. The idea of balancing on 2 wheels seemed impossible to me. I would fall and feel as if I would never be able to get back up. And while riding a bike took a lot longer for me to learn, 2 summers to be exact, I was determined. I would feel the pressure of the pedals and feel my body shaking, hoping that I wouldn't fall once again. But I didn't give up. Why? Because finally that day of accomplishment came and my cheeks ached from smiling so much. I believed in myself and it paid off. I don't let my weakness stop me. and I try to teach others to stay strong when facing obstacles too. In fact, last year, I started my own Instagram page, sky_full of stories, where I share my journey as a teen with mild cerebral palsy. I may not have understood the value of inclusion if I didn't have cerebral palsy. I am proud to be who I am. Recently, I've struggled with mental health, specifically anxiety. I have high expectations for myself as a student with a disability attending a highly competitive high school. I feel as if I need to prove myself, which ends up making me feel exhausted and overwhelmed. On my Instagram page, sky_full of stories, I also share my mental health journey as a teen with anxiety. I want to be able to help others persevere through challenges by being a role model and showing them determination. My mild cerebral palsy has also taught me the values of kindness and inclusion and the impact they can have on others. I understand how it feels to be excluded and want to help others feel included and valued. I have learned that I need to continue to be determined. I need to continue to believe in myself. I need to continue to be inspired and tell myself, you got this, or congratulate myself with, yay, you did it. I'm walking on my own path, one that no one else has traveled on, and at my own pace. I believe it's important to share our stories. I hope that by sharing my personal story, other people will be willing to share their personal story. March is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. I'm committed to sharing my story and spreading awareness. I would love for you to follow me on my Instagram, sky_full of stories. I would love to hear your story. Thank you very much.
I would like to just point out that that was probably the highlight of my day so far. I love this event for lots of reasons, but the main one is that students get up and, sorry about that. Students get up here and share themselves, share their work, and I thought that was amazing and powerful, and so thank you, Sophia, but also Eleanor, you both did a great job. I hope that maybe some of you people in the audience are now maybe a little inspired. We'll have this event next year, I certainly hope. So think about, well, what could I do up there? What could I share? Could be something serious. You could do a comedy thing. It doesn't matter. We just would love to see you guys express yourselves and take the chance and get up here and do your thing. Can we give both Sophia and Eleanor one more round of applause, please? All right. Well, I am pleased to introduce our main presenter today, who is Kathy Patino. Today's featured guest has been dreaming of working in the world of pop music ever since she was a high school student in Minooka, Illinois. Almost 10 years later, she has numerous albums to her name, and her indie pop rock band, Girl K, has been called, quote, one of Chicago's most promising groups. Please welcome Kathy Patino.
Hi, I'm Kathy Patino, and I will be talking about songwriting and my process, but just to get started and just give some more context into my music and who I am, I figured I'd play a song. Just looking for my guitar pick, but it's fine if I don't have it, but I found it. Okay. This one's called Stephanie. It's a shame when you meet someone and find out you're in love. maybe this time I'll remember Stephanie exactly the way she was. Find someone to be there when nothing is wrong. Find someone to be there that won't make winter feel long. And it's cold for everyone except for you. Maybe this time I'll be on the inside of the window that you're waving from. Maybe this time you'll remember Stephanie exactly the way she was. Maybe this time I'll be on the inside of the window that you're waving from. Maybe this time you'll remember Stephanie exactly the way she Thank you. All right. So, like I said, I want to talk about like songwriting a bit, just for anyone who might be interested in songwriting or has never thought about it before or is already writing songs. Hopefully, you can take away either like a deeper understanding of songwriting, inspiration to do something different with your current process, or just the motivation to get started. So just a bit more about how I kind of started in music. My dad was a DJ in the 80s, and he kept DJing throughout my childhood. And then my sister is 5 years older than me, and she's a singer and songwriter too, to this day. So I already had a good foundation of there being a lot of music in my house. And then on top of that, I was watching a lot of Disney Channel, specifically Camp Rock and Hannah Montana are like what catapulted me into like wanting to be a pop star and just perform music in general. And I also added 2 different pictures that like kind of pinpoint like some vivid moments in my life that also like led me slowly to where I am now. But the first is just a picture of me at my 6th grade talent show. And then the other is a CD that I passed out to all of my friends that nobody asked for in the 8th grade with a bunch of songs that I wrote. But it wasn't until high school that I was actually like starting to perform music. I initially wasn't really even writing during that time for like anyone. But then my friend Evan, who was going to these like open mics, asked me if I wanted to go play at one as a birthday present to him, and I was like, okay, sure. So then after my performance, it only took like one person saying, hey, I like your music, you should record an album, for me to go then do it. And so the next day, I was in math class, and I came up with the name Girl K because my name starts with the letter K, and I'm a girl. So it just like made sense to me. And then when I graduated high school, I found some bandmates to play with, and that's when Girl K kind of became more of a band versus just me and my guitar. And we ended up playing like a bunch of cool shows in Chicago, sold out shows across different venues, playing with artists like Beach Bunny, Hemlock Springs, Cherry Glazer, going on tour with Slow Pulp and a few other artists. So a lot of really cool opportunities that came from me, you know, from singing at my 6th grade talent show to now playing with a band. But those are the 4 albums that I've put out under Girl K, and most of the songs I'm doing are from the second album, For Now. But we all have to start somewhere, and I started by like just writing songs on a piece of notebook paper and trying to remember how they go in my head. But this one specifically I wrote in the 5th grade for a writing contest. And my 5th grade teacher made me sing it for my class and then all the other classes. And it ended up winning the contest, but like if you're looking at it, it's a song called Famous about being famous. So it's like not anything crazy. I wasn't like a child prodigy who always knew how to like write music or anything like that. So I'd say like with anything that you do, don't get frustrated if you're not like perfect the first time you do it, or even for the first few years that you do it. Like songwriting is still a skill that can develop over time. But what helps me write songs is also just like knowing how songs are built. So songwriting has structures, and every song you've ever listened to has like these components in them. So verse, chorus, bridge. The song I just played for you had the bottom structure, which is 2 verses, and then just like a bunch of the chorus. And the chorus is like the part that repeats the most throughout the song. And then the verses are kind of like the along the way moments. Stuff like the bridge and the pre-chorus are just like other moments that you can add to your song, where it's like they're a little different from everything else, so they're like distinct parts of the song. But what also helped me write music was learning how to play instruments. I learned how to play piano, ukulele, and guitar in that order. And that really helped me because I tend to like write with my with the music first. So I'll start playing on the guitar, figure out what the vibe is, and then I'll add a melody. Like I'll just start singing random words, and then once I have my melody, that's when I start actually writing the lyrics. So this next song that I'll play is kind of an example of that, where I definitely started with the guitar on this, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to make this like a edgier rock and roll-y song. So the lyrics are like more so catered to the music that I was making on the guitar. So this one's called Speed Racer.
Just to see you again in my dreams. Heartfelt apologies that lose their sense of sincerity. Wound you up so tight, but the ties always break in a flash of white. And she comes in at 90 miles per hour, and I wanna hold her, but she's like a flower. And what do you want from her? Want from her? And what do you want from her? Want from her? Eyes open, doors, and minds control the floors. Yours are so powerless after you gave them the power to resist. happens when she wants to leave you. It's possible, can't say I haven't warned you, but you wouldn't do that 'cause you're smart. And she comes in at 90 miles per hour, and I wanna hold her, but she's like a flower. And what do you want from her? Want from her? And what do you want from her? Want from her?
Thank you. I'll be playing one more song. I have to skip these slides. Yeah, just to close out before this last song, I just want to say that, like, if you've been thinking about doing this, just do it. Or if, like, you're scared to show anyone your songs or whatever, just show them to somebody. Being in the music industry, it's hard not to think, like, is this good enough? Is what I'm doing going to be liked by a bunch of people? But the less you can think that way, and more so keep it like you're doing it for you and because you love it and because it's fun, the more authentic it's going to be and special, because your uniqueness and originality is what's going to make you stand out in the crowd. So this last one is one of my favorite songs that I've written, and it's just guitar and singing. Like, the way I'll play it is the way it's recorded. So I feel like it's a good representation of just kind of like, it can be very simple, but as long as it's you, other people will probably like it anyways.
If it's a matter of time, I will give everything I have to you. Day after day, I'll let you decide until you don't want me to. And I hope you'll say something when it's over, when it's over. I wouldn't cry until I fell off your shoulder, your shoulder. It feels so strange. I could never see the light in someone's face. I could never be the one you need. And I hope it is me. If it's a big hurdle to pass, I will jump in. Even the way you laugh leaves a lasting impression. And I hope you'll say something when it's over, when it's over. I wouldn't cry until I fell off your shoulder, your shoulder. It feels so strange. I could never see the light in someone's face. I could never be the one you need. And I hope it is me. And it takes a lot from me. Like and every day is long, but it all hurts so much when it's done. I can't be alone, and I hope you'll say something when it's over, when it's over. I wouldn't cry until I fell off the shoulder, the shoulder. It feels so strange. I could never see the light in someone's face. I could never be the one you need, and I hope it feels so strange. I could never see the light in someone's face. I could never be the one you need, and I'll hope it is me, and I'll hope it is me, and I'll hope it is me.
Thank you. Now is the time to ask any questions if anyone has any. And that's okay if you don't. Yeah. When I played with Beach Bunny, it was we were playing music in Chicago for the first time. Like, we were performing at the same time, starting out. So we were playing a lot of DIY shows together, and then later on, when she released the Prom Queen EP, we played her album release party. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I used to write songs in 30 minutes, which is crazy. That's a rarity now. So now that I'm trying to push myself and I've written a lot of music, it can take me a whole year to write an album. Yeah.
When did you form the group?
2017, yeah. Yeah.
So during your process of writing a song, at what point can you tell when it's completely finished?
I basically just reach a point of no return. So it's I'm basically just writing the songs by myself. I'm really protective of the music I make. So there's not a ton of collaboration, but I would say after all the production side of stuff is done, we've recorded it, that seals the deal on the song. As soon as we've booked the time to record it, really. Yeah?
So I know you said you played a lot of instruments. Did you do any studies of music theory or anything?
No, I was in choir in high school, so every single year they tried to teach music theory, so I hung on to a little bit of that. So I can sight read a little bit, but really with just learning all the instruments that I learned to play, you can just look up the picture of the chords on the internet, and then I was just okay, where is that on the guitar, where's that on the piano, and then practice with songs that you know already, so songs that are on the radio, practice with those songs. That's how you start learning how to sing and play at the same time, and also start memorizing where everything is. Yeah.
Do you write music that usually corresponds with the music that you've already made, or do you do it the opposite way?
I usually do it to the music that I've already made. Yeah, it just seems a little easier that way because it's the vibe is already established, so then I can just kind of play off of that. Yeah.
You said you passed out DVD at the 8th grade. How do you work with the parents to do that?
What was the last part of that question?
How did you work up the courage to just share your stuff?
I think my my school honestly kind of made it a safe space for me where like nobody really I didn't know everybody in the school, but they all knew that I liked to sing because I had done like talent shows and stuff like that. And so I had like friends who knew that I sang too. So I just brought them to school one day and I was like, here you go, all my friends. And then if anybody else asked what it was, I'd just be like, here you go, just take it. So yeah, I don't know. That's part of like, if you're gonna like do something creative, you just kind of gotta believe in yourself, even if it makes you seem a little silly. Yeah. Bands that inspired me, yeah, I'm super easily inspired by like every artist that I listen to, but I was listening to like a lot of like indie rock music, so like bands like Group Love or Foster the People or Cage the Elephant are like, you know, during my time, but now more so like I'm inspired by like Chapel Roan and like Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. Like I'm writing a lot more pop music because the music I'm listening to is more pop oriented, so I'm always changing it up. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm like trying to make sure nobody has their hand raised. But yeah, if there's not any other questions.
You want to tell us about either a high point or perhaps something that was a low point, but you got through anyway?
Yeah, definitely. I think like chasing a dream like music, there's a lot of high points and low points because you're always kind of like comparing your success. So like it's really important to like stop and look back. Like I'll forget that I did all this cool stuff and just be like sad that like I didn't get to play Lollapalooza this year or something. But typically like the high points are always like when I jump back into like performing somewhere or I get to go on tour or something. Like all those little moments are always the high points because I'm reminded about like why I do this in the first place. It's because like it is fun and it is really cool. So yeah, those low points come when I'm like not doing it, and then the high points are whenever I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm working on an album. I don't know if it'll be for Girl K or if I'm gonna start like a new project, just cause like I feel like starting something new and fresh gives me a bit more to play with. But yeah, right now I'm just like trying to write music. How much time? Oh, sorry.
Or is your music based on experiences that happened to you or like other people?
Yeah, most of my songs are very like subconscious, like just like train of thought, and then later on I kind of figure out like, oh, why was I thinking about that, like, or why did I feel this way? And other times though, like, and more recently where it's like my life is not like a movie, it's not like exciting every single day, so sometimes I don't have anything in my life to write about, so that's when I'll look to like other experiences, or maybe I'll write about something that happened in a movie. So that's where I'm grabbing my inspiration from. This strap falling used to happen to me all the time while we were playing shows, because this was the first guitar that I really played a lot of shows with. So it's pretty amazing that I just caught that, because usually it just slams on the floor. Yeah?
How'd you figure out you're good at songwriting?
Honestly, like, just the fact that I kept reaching like these checkpoints of like, oh, somebody's telling me that they like the song. Oh, somebody wants me to open for them at a show. People are listening to the album. So yeah, I mean, like, it might not be good to somebody else, but I'm like, you know what, I'm making it work, so. Cool. I can play another song if we have time. Okay, cool. I didn't really practice this one, but this one's called For Now, and it's usually more crazy with a full band, so let me turn that back on.
Start the car, drop your books. Little kid, you're off the hook for now. Took the escalator up. Never thought it could be this tough. It is for now. Tiny sections in my brain repeat the same thing that I say. I could take you where you wanna go. Didn't you know? Make a trip to the moon. Talk about the people who are here for now. Listen to arrested youth. Avoid a conversation. Let's be still for now. And this heat for 40 days, a winter storm would take its place. The sun couldn't always be around. I could try to be the one, but I know it never works. I'm just a child eating dirt. You could try to be like me, but I get what I deserve, and that's never what I want it to be. Try to make the most of whatever you can take, and you take, and you take. I am the creator and demise of my fate, of my fate, of my fate. I could try to be the one, but I know it never works. I'm just a child eating dirt. You could try to be like me, but I get what I deserve, and that's never what I want it to be. Thank you. Did that spark any more questions?
Yeah, I think I had a couple students ask your name to follow you. Why don't you re-announce it so everybody knows?
Yeah. You can follow Girl K Tunes on Instagram. And then we're on Spotify, Apple Music, if you just look up Girl K. Anywhere you can stream music. But yeah. Oh, yeah. What inspires my music the most? Probably just like my dream to like maybe one day, quote unquote make it. Whether like my life's not like dependent on if I become a pop star or anything, but like that dream is always like inside of me where I'm like, of course I would be so happy if I could do this as my job one day. So yeah, I think just like my overall like love for music inspires me to write. Yeah. This is not my full-time job, sadly. I do, yeah, I work a desk job during the day, so it is literally like Hannah Montana sometimes, where it's like I'll play the coolest show of my life one day, and then the next day I'm hopping on a Zoom, and I have to like talk about, you know, business. Anyone here make music? Anyone here want to make music? Okay, I saw a half hand over there. Well, yeah, I mean, if I started making music for real after I graduated high school. So I know high school can feel like forever, but take this time to like hone your craft, whatever it is, so that you can dominate once you graduate. Cool. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.